got to pay the bills real quick. Can we pay some bills real quick, man? If that's all right with you?
I think we should. Probably.
Every once in a while we should pay bills, because when you don't pay bills, you know what happens? You run out of stuff to do. You run out of free time like this, because then we got to get like other jobs, and we don't want other jobs. So what we're going to talk about is the main job, which is the people at Manscaped. And how fitting, because we talk about with Manscaped how you groom your friends, because Manscaped, they are the leaders in below the waistline grooming. But we talked about going into this game this weekend that when you groom yourself with Manscaped, you are very aerodynamic. And we saw plenty of balls being thrown by our quarterback that were very aerodynamic, especially at the end of the game, and helped us get that victory. So, ladies and gentlemen, do like the good guys do. Do like the professionals do. Take care of your good old friends with that Manscaped. And we don't just talk about it, Deke, because anybody can just talk about a company. Anybody can do that. But not everybody has a promo code. Not everybody has that. We happen to have a promo code, Deke. You know that? And the promo code is MOATS. You use the promo code, 20% off, plus free shipping, Deke. Plus free shipping. Can't beat that, baby.
No, you can't. Good deal.
Yeah. And as you saw, because you got to witness it as well, when they are groomed, the aerodynamic, the ball flies perfect, unscathed. Would you agree?
We got the dub, bro.
That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out our friends over at Manscaped. Sticking with the DBs right now, right? Well, as we react to them first, the thing that I will say, I don't think any of us were necessarily wrong with us thinking that going into the game, because we hadn't seen Trey Norwood be physical in the run game. We hadn't seen Cam Sutton have a lot of success on the outside. So yeah, I don't like. It's not wrong for having that mindset.
But maybe there's something to preseason where it's just like they're throwing people out on an island there, or just an extent, really vanilla coverages that they don't really care what.
To an extent, yes. But at the same time, you do need to see these things, because if you never saw that happen yesterday, we can't definitively say that. And that's my whole thing with this thing, right? Now, granted, it's still one game, and we get that concept, right? Let them go out here next week and it's different. We'll be singing a different tune. But to me, I don't think that the thought process with that group was wrong.
My thought, though, is it's a shout out to the coaching staff for having this faith in them. That
absolutely.
We're on the outside looking in saying, man, these guys suck. But maybe they had this whole plan, this whole scheme the whole time. And we're like, we're trusting these guys. We know what we got heading into week one, despite what you guys are seeing in preseason.
And big time difference for Norwood was this. Preseason, he was playing at safety. All the plays he made yesterday, he was playing at slot corner. Yeah. Night and day.
They did on occasion, though, throw him back there. They moved Minka up.
But that was when they were going to the dime package, where Cam Sutton would go into the other slot and then James Pierre would come on the outside. So to me, I just looked at that as like, that was a personnel grouping that we thought could have been the case anyways. We didn't think it would be Norwood. We said it could have been Justin Lane as the fourth guy, Marlette as the fourth guy. Even Witherspoon, if they were going to dress him, he could have been that guy. So that necessarily didn't surprise me as much. But to see him get the first nod at slot corner, that was very surprising.
Right off the bat.
Right.
He made good plays too. He did. Off the bat. He had one little misstep. I don't know if, looking back, I don't know if was he supposed to have safety help over the top, but he got burned and Josh Allen overthrew Sanders. I think it was going to be a touchdown, but I think that was the only really bad play that sticks out. He was pretty consistent.
Yeah. I thought he was consistent. Coverage-wise, I thought he was really consistent with his tackling, because that was the knock on Trey. Hesitation, right? Not shooting his gun, not looking like he was eager to go be a physical person in the run game. But I thought he did that consistently yesterday. And if he plays like that, that's different. That makes you feel very confident with him in the slot. He has to keep doing that, though. And that's the thing that I think based on what he did yesterday, we don't have a reason to think he won't keep doing that. So until proven otherwise, this is what you go with. But Cam Sutton, though, man, fundamentally, he was locked in the whole time. I like the fact that the 3rd and 1, the flea flicker, everything.
Oh my.
Everything would have told him to have his eyes in the backfield, but he's disciplined. He understands that he is a coverage first player. So he kept his eyes on his receiver. And that's what you're supposed to do in that situation, because otherwise, I don't know if you probably don't know, you might have been too young, but when Randy Moss first came in the league, man, with the Minnesota Vikings, they were running the flea flicker play all the time. Randall Cunningham, Rod Smith, they run the flea flicker and they hitting bombs away to my man Moss, because everybody comes up when you see that hard, heavy run fake like that. But seeing Cam's discipline and the technique on the finish, man, I thought that was really good as well, man, by him, man.
Oh, he was awesome.
Yeah.
You talk about Trey Norwood with the physicality, Cam Sutton too.
Yeah.
He was getting in the backfield. I think he was the one that made the tackle on that dumbass play that they called on 4th and 1.
He definitely
I could not believe they called that. It's 4th and 1. The one play I don't want you running if I'm a Steeler fan or if I'm the Steeler defense.
Yes.
Go 4 or 5 wide and just sneak it with Josh Allen because that works.
Or off the shotgun. If you're in the shotgun and he just scrambles and runs, it's like, yo, stop it. Stop it.
Those were the plays for them that kept the drives going and would piss me off a little bit, but that's kind of what Josh Allen does.
Yeah.
For them to run that, it was like, what are you doing? But shout out to Cam Sutton for making the play.
Yeah.
He made multiple tackles, and then in coverage, he was pretty much locked down. Yeah. It just sucks because the touchdown he gave up, I thought was good coverage. He gave up like another one. It was sort of like that Diggs route. I think it was the Sanders. It was a longer pass of maybe 15, 20 yards, but it was still really good coverage. No, Josh Allen made a good throw, and receiver made a good catch.
To me, man, as a whole, what the impression I left with out of that game, man, I loved how the Steelers played in terms of their finish and how they competed. But, man, I thought the Bills were so arrogant, bro. Like, their play calling, the demeanor in which they conducted themselves offensively, I was surprised by that, man. I thoroughly was. In terms of why I made my prediction when I did, because I didn't think they would be arrogant. That, to me, showed up, that screamed tortoise versus the hare when they got on the field in terms of how they're going forward on, was it 4th and 8?
I thought they should have, though.
No, bro, it was a 45-yard field goal. It was a 45-yard field goal. That's what it would have been.
Are you sure?
I just looked at it. It's a 45-yard field goal it would have been, bro. To me, I'm just like, why are you doing that? We talked about the 4th and 1 where instead of doing, your quarterback sneak or spreading it out and going QB draw, you get fancy, get cute, and you say, you know what? Instead of doing, because you've seen this play before, you understand, you just flip it backside, you get the one-on-one, you try to get cute with it and stuff like that. To me, is those type of plays. I'm just like, I don't understand why they took that approach except for arrogance. You coming in, you just feeling that confident. And to me, the Steelers are a good enough team that if you sleep on them, they will beat you. And that to me was a large part of that as well. I mean, we talked about some of that, me and you off the air, but to me, that definitely showed up also, man, because I've never seen that from Brian Dable in that offense.
Yeah, and you saw Josh Allen. He didn't look too good. He a little inaccurate here and there. We got after him, though. We definitely did. We made it uncomfortable for him. Definitely. But then receivers had some drops. Yeah. Like, they didn't really help themselves at all. Yeah. But I thought we played pretty good, man.
Absolutely.
I really liked how we played. I liked that game, and it goes back to what I said. Yeah. Felt like an 08 game to me. I like this. I like the feeling.
No, absolutely, man. Absolutely.